Hello, my Ravens. Here we are with another one of my rare wrestling videos. This is going to be my predictions for Wrestlemania 34. And hold on just a second. Okay, Wrestlemania 34 is coming up this Sunday, and there's going to be a ton of matches. I've written them all down here in alphabetical, well, not alphabetical order, just in no certain order. We're going to see how many I get right. And some of my predictions are way out there, so I'm going to get called crazy on a lot of them, probably. We'll see if I can get at least half of them right. We're going to start out with the Usos versus the New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. I'm going to say the Usos retain, and this is why. They've never had a match at WrestleMania, and I think WWE will give them their WrestleMania moment, and then I expect them the next SmackDown to lose them to the Bludgeon Brothers. So that's why I think the Usos get the WrestleMania moment, then drop them to the Bludgeon Brothers the next SmackDown. The Bar versus Braun Strowman and a mystery partner. Everybody in the WWE Parallel Universe that that's a plug to a group on Facebook that I'm in, that I'm going to be posting this in. A lot of people thought that Elias would end up being Strowman's partner, which it does make sense because I don't think he's actually announced himself for the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, and they need something to do with him because he is over. I mean, he's got the fans behind him and everything. They've got to do something with him. So teaming him with Strowman, even as random as it would be, I mean, like you've had Team Hell No with Kane and Daniel Bryan, it'd be kind of a similar situation. I think it could work, and it would be a good thing to do with both of these guys who've got to have something done with them. So I'm going to say Elias comes out, and for some reason they team together and they win the tag titles. Next, The Miz versus Finn Balor versus Rollins for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, this one's hard. There's two things that could happen, I think. Okay, a lot of people think, and I agree, that Dean Ambrose would come back and cost Rollins the championship. Come back as a heel and cost Rollins the championship. Okay, that leaves either Miz or Balor winning it. Miz's child was just born, his little girl, so he may want some time off with them. So does he retain and then break the record of having the longest title reign? Like having one title longer than anybody or whatever it is? Or does he drop it to Balor, go back, go spend some time with Maurice and his baby, and then come back and win the title back and become a 9-time champion, tying Jericho's record, and he can still get that other record. So that's definitely a possibility. I'm just not sure which. I'm going to go with Miz retaining right now. That's what I'm going to say. It could go either way, but I'm going to say Miz retains. The Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Let's see. This one, I'm going to say Samoa Joe makes a surprise return, enters it, and wins it. That's what I'm going to say about that one. It's not really, it's supposed to like advance these careers. It hadn't really done much for anybody. Joe's already pretty established, so have him win it and it'll just be another thing under his belt. The Women's Battle Royal, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea who's going to win that one. I'm going to go out and say Bayley, because Bayley's been doing this little heel turn thing, you know, with her and Sasha, so I'm going to say Bayley wins it. Now we have Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax for the Raw Women's title. I think it's going to be a good night for the Rock's family. I think all of them are going to leave with belts. So I'm going to say that Nia beats Alexa and gets her first women's championship, which, please, I hope God happens, because I love Nia. Charlotte versus Asuka. Now, this one is a tough, you might not think so, but this one is a tough one. I actually joked with some people, I said, what if they put on like a gigantic, wonderful match and Asuka wins the championship, then Carmella comes out, cashes in, and ends her undefeated streak. I mean, the internet would go crazy if that happened, but I highly doubt WWE would do that. So, Charlotte is worthy of beating her. Charlotte's one of the best there is, so she could definitely be believably beat Asuka, but I'm going to say Asuka wins the title and goes on, they save her undefeated streak to be beaten later. Okay. John Cena versus The Undertaker. We all know it's going to happen. John Cena's not just going to sit there in the crowd. I don't know why they're doing this way, but all of a sudden you're probably going to hear rolling, 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 and the whole biker, the American Badass Undertaker comes out. And as far as who's going to win, it doesn't make any sense for Cena to win as much as he's been dogging The Undertaker and everything. I'm going to say Cena gives him a win to go out on. That, I might be crazy for saying that, but I'm going to say that Cena puts Taker over and lets him go out with one last win. Okay, this is where my predictions get crazy. Daniel Bryan versus Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I think Daniel Bryan is going to turn on Shane and join up with Owens and Zayn. And they're going to become their own little miniature stable. That's my prediction. Call me crazy if you want to, but that's mine. I guess that it's possible that it could work with Shane joining them, but that really wouldn't make any sense whatsoever. Then again, what does sometimes with WWE? Okay, Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle versus Stephanie and Triple H. I think what's going to happen is Kurt's going to go be getting beat up by Triple H. He's going to go for a tag, but Ronda's going to refuse to tag him. She's going to come in, deck him, throw him to Triple H, let him pedigree him, 1, 2, 3. Then she's going to walk over, and they're all going to raise their hands, and Ronda Rousey's going to be the new corporate pet. And so that's what I'm going to think with that one. Rusev versus Jinder Mahal versus Bobby Roode versus Randy Orton for the U.S. title. I thought Bobby Roode would get it back, but then they told me there's going to be like an India tour, so Mahal's likely to win it. That does make sense, but Rusev has been getting pretty over lately. But you know what? I'm going to pick Bobby Roode to win the title back at his first WrestleMania. That's what I'm going to pick. All right, we have AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I originally had I thought something they could have done, like have AJ win with the help of Balor and the club, and they all become the Balor Club, and like become this big gang on SmackDown or whatever. But that's a little too out there, I think. And if it happens, I did just at least give me credit for thinking of it. I really think AJ is going to win. I just feel like AJ is going to win this one. He's never had a big, real WrestleMania match. He lost his first one to Jericho, and then he beat Shane McMahon last year, and I think AJ's going to have his WrestleMania moment, and there's still plenty of time for Nakamura to win it. Okay, now lastly, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Now, this match has been set in motion for a year. They would not. I told everybody if both of them died, WWE would tie ropes around them and have a puppet show with them. That's how bad they want this match to happen, whether nobody else wants to see it or not. The one thing I think that would make it worth it all is Paul Heyman, like, say the referee gets knocked down or something, Paul Heyman throws Roman in a chair and has him beat the crap out of Lesnar. He sees Roman as the, Heyman sees Lesnar as the old, and Roman Reigns is the new, and Roman Reigns becomes his new client, and he screws over Lesnar. That's what I'm going to say, and I think that would make that whole thing worthwhile. Like I said, I had some crazy predictions, like you might not agree with any of them, but that's just my predictions. I wanted to get them on recorded, so everybody would think I wasn't lying when I was like, yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, I got proof here. Okay, well, that'll do it for this. I'm just going to do a quick plug for my Twitter, at ChrisSnider83. Like my channel. Join the WWE Parallel Universe if you love wrestling. It's an awesome group. And look up my other videos about my books. And I guess that's it. Like my channel, buy my books. And that'll do it for this video. And as I always say, happy reading.